Hey there, folks. Trustworthy Fat Kev Smith. Before we start casting the pods, man, let me try to sell you something first, okay? Do you like me? Do you like my friends Jason Mewes, Ralph Garman? Then guess what? We're coming to a town near you, man. We're coming your way, man. Come see a Smodco show. Tickets at csmod.com. That's SEESMOD.com. Now, if you can't come to one of our shows, you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to support this two-bit operation? Well, how about you kick back in your home with some family and friends and loved ones and play Monopoly. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Monopoly. That's right, man. You can buy from jayandsilentbob.com, the home of the secret stash, right there online, a signed edition of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Monopoly. Me and Mewes sign it, man. Jason Mewes, Jay himself, me, Silent Bob. And the parts are real fun, man. They got a little cock knocker, a little fist, a little Suzanne, a little Bluntmobile. It's crazy, man. Get your hands on it. You get drunk, get stoned, and play a round of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Monopoly. Available, signed by me and Jason Mewes at jayandsilentbob.com. Now, here comes your Smodco podcast.
And you're like, maybe you want to go to a doctor? And I'm like, I can't go to a doctor. I got to go to work. Comic book man.
Yeah, they don't care about necrosis of the flesh.
No, man the fuck up. That's the message we're
That's
getting.
the message. And you know what?
One man's stoicism is another woman's pussy ass bullshit.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave with Walt, with Bry, and BQ 2 weeks in a row now.
Almost didn't make it today, but here we are.
You push through.
I pushed through.
This has to be the first time in history that I am the second healthiest guy on the show.
Yeah, it's not seeing much improvement.
Yeah, you say that now. Now they suspect potential Lyme disease.
Yeah, they pulled me back in for another round of Lyme disease testing because a blood work that I took a couple of weeks ago came back late, and it has indicators of Lyme disease. So I had to do it again, and I'm not feeling that hot still. So here we are, though.
No, this is from frolicking in the Hamptons with other rich celebrities, you would say?
Well, I'm not rich.
Bel Air. Bel Air fucking ticks. Got a hold of them.
They call it the rich man's tick.
It is weird. I took a shit the other day and gold came out, so maybe you're right. No, I don't know. I doubt it. Who knows?
No,
Just a regular
it's
old
not
tick.
platinum. Let me flush it.
Yeah. I fed it to my cats.
Were you eating those gold pills to make it?
The glitter shit. Yeah. No, but it's a fucking. I'm poor, dude.
You said that last time that you've been investing quite a bit.
Yeah, and investments.
You're cash poor. And,
Cash poor.
Like, God forbid the market should go south.
I'm
and
fucked.
You're
I'll lose everything.
You're gonna jump off the roof of the stash.
No, I'll just make more money.
Just start over.
That's it. I don't care.
You know, design a new patch.
I'll tell you one. Let's. I don't think we've gotten a single check from the patches, right?
No, yeah, you have.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm not rich. Let's stop. Let's stop. I'm not even a millionaire. We know that, right? Like I'm not rich. Two,
I'm not. Imagine that statement in from TSD. What was it called?
I'm not even a millionaire.
Tales from the What was the first one called? Josh Groban Stole My Mom or something like
Yeah.
that? Can you imagine that? And the episode is 250 some episodes later. Q would have to be. You guys know I'm not a millionaire, right?
Right.
You would have to clarify that.
I do, because you guys keep saying that I'm fucking up in the Hamptons shit and gold. I think people are getting the wrong impression.
You are not the common. You're definitely you've elevated yourself and separated yourself from us. Big
From
time.
you two?
Big time.
You two on the TV, same fucking thing.
This is what I love about this show. It's
on a
like
TV show.
He's at his lowest in years, and immediately it's just on his throat and shit.
And I
I'm
wouldn't
a
have. I was
fucking-
being quiet, but he just keeps he protests
You guys
too much.
are on a TV show with the same amount of seasons that I'm on.
Right, but can we talk about where you were earlier this week?
We're almost millionaires.
We could.
so-
All right. Well, tell them where. Tell the ants about where you were.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's going to change anything, because you guys
You're slumming right now when you come to do.
You
Tom
guys
Steve
have been in a
You
ton
are
of shit.
slumming, huh?
you guys have been in a ton of shit.
Like what?
Kevin's movies, for
Oh,
instance.
but this is pre
We got
pre TSD.
well, that's one. But what difference does that make?
There's a big difference. The post TSD, you've exploded like a fucking rocket. Which is great. Why aren't you more
No,
embracing
because
it?
I take umbrage with that. I'll
You
tell
should
you
be
why.
so proud of what you've accomplished.
I am, but I think that we're in we're in a bubble. Us.
You're talking about the Jokers.
I'm talking about us,
TSD?
TSD, and the Jokers. I think that, because we're close to our situation, we think it's bigger than it is. I think the vast majority does not give a shit about either of our shows.
I know that.
Right, I know that.
I know
too.
that. I know that very. Yeah. But I think that you're crazy though if you don't think that you are on a bigger. You are on a. We are looking up at BQ.
I don't agree with that.
You're crazy. I'm telling you.
I would think
you
that-
are on television 24/7 on your channel.
Right.
We come on at midnight once a week, and then they never show it again.
It's like the 70s where they used to like tape over the old shows. That's what they do to us.
I mean, you are on every time I turn television on. I can almost guarantee to see BQ on there,
Well,
which is a great thing.
Sure, no, definitely. But you're on AMC, which at midnight on a Sunday reaches more people than True TV on any time that I'm on, without a doubt.
My kid
Yeah.
tells me every single kid in their school talks about Impractical Jokers.
Why the fuck aren't I a millionaire then?
There's definitely a different level of popularity.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay. You're not
I'm
trying
fine
to
with that.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
But let's not forget too that it's just like the magic of Tell 'em Steve Davis. We'll see this rise, and then we'll see this fall. So I want to level. Let's keep it level.
Don't get too high.
Because when the fall comes, and it will come,
You think it's going to be a hard fall?
I think that once the show goes off the air, it's like,
I don't think it'll. I wouldn't consider it a hard fall. I think it'll just be like.
I think we'll remain beloved forever.
I did. I don't know.
I think the thing about Impractical Jokers is that it has a wider appeal in terms of demographic. It is on constantly, whereas we're on once, and then the only other time you could see us would be
There's a game plan
Marathons
by
or
True
Netflix.
TV to put you on that much. They want to create the new monkeys.
I think what True TV wants to do.
not getting a bathtub.
I think True TV would be so happy, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I think True TV would really love to see us become their fourth most popular show.
Behind what? The Magician?
Behind whatever they're bringing. Like, I think there's this thing at True, and again, I don't mean this in a negative way, where they're just like,
we wish they were number 4.
let's get some fucking shows more popular than Jokers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure every network doesn't want just one show that's super popular.
No, there
They
are
want
shows
more.
that Magic Show does pretty good.
Yeah.
But we have been...
That's the Fight and Pawn shows.
No, the
Two,
man
right?
show is the Carbonaro effect.
Carbonaro effect.
No, but I mean the
Yeah, but that's
hardcore
sort of
pundits.
gone now.
Oh,
that,
people
that
don't
fell
care
out
about
of,
it.
that fell, I think that fell to the wayside.
They're really moving into like a straight up comedy channel.
Did
from what I'm
they
saying.
run out of black people willing to sacrifice their fucking
I don't
ability?
think so. I don't think so. But
That's close to going against what you said you were not going to do last week.
But I don't have the figures in front of me, so I can't comment at this time. I think that we have been number one on the channel for a while, and I'm sure they would. First of all, Billy Eichner is coming to the show, Billy on the Street, which won an Emmy. It was on Comedy Central, I think, for a few years, and he's bringing the show over to True for its 4th season. This is the first episode has Chris Pratt on it, fucking Tina Fey. I think that you're going to start to see.
You're going to start to see. Well,
I think there's going to be a
but,
new number one dog in town.
Do the Jokers worry about that, or are they more like, are they comfortable with like? Because I mean, the ride only goes for so long. It's a great ride while it happens, and you squeeze what you can out of that lemon, and you're.
I'm completely comfortable with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it because there's nothing wrong with being number 2 or 3 or 4.
No.
Like they're fine. Like as long as they keep ordering.
I mean,
the show,
that's Tell 'em Steve Dave right there. We know, like we're number like 10.
right.
You know,
lucky to be
on
10.
Smodcast.
Right.
You know,
Well, let's
that
not get
can't be
carried
true.
away. I mean, are you adding all of Ming's fucking listeners together for his 50 fucking podcasts? Last week yeah, you were here. I don't know if you're here on the day though. He was. We had just worked a full day. We did transactions and shit, and he's hustling in with all the equipment, and he's doing 4 podcasts in one night. He's doing ISO Comics, he's doing This Morning Show, he's doing The Librarian, and one with Pizza Beer Revelation.
Pizza Beer Revolution?
Yeah,
they're good
he's
guys.
doing that one.
Yes.
Now, Brian immediately goes for, as he's apt to do with Ming, he's going to belittle that accomplishment. I'm in more of an awe because I say to Brian, I was like, that's a young man's schedule right there. I don't think that Tell 'em Steve Dave could pull off the filming all day, and then you coming down and then doing 4 different shows at one night.
No,
you got to give it up. You got to give it up for him, right?
No, I didn't. You saw me not give it up to him.
Why are you unwilling to give it up for him, though? That's an amazing level of energy to keep up.
Oh,
know?
energy? I thought you were going to say arrogance. I'm
already glad I came down listening.
That there are people out there that are like, I need 4 hours of Ming Chen in my life just this week alone. Like, forget all the other weeks where he's doing it. 4 hours this week I am going to devote to listening to Ming Chen, his thoughts, his comments.
But they're out there, though.
It's been confirmed that one guy listens to everything Ming Chen.
It's how revolutions start. One person, Jeez Louise.
Yes, he's the Che Guevara of podcasting.
I think you coming down here at Lyme disease.
Yeah,
I think that trumps doing 4 shows on one night. I
He did
want
fucking 8 shows in one night.
I would agree with that.
I think you doing 1 show with Lyme disease.
Well, the brain virus is confirmed. The Lyme disease is not. I still have the brain thing going on.
Okay, not only you have Lyme disease, you got a brain virus,
Right.
and you are here 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
That shatters that accomplishment by Ming.
I would.
Ming has to go
I'd
16
take that.
hours straight.
I would take that. I'd agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you get much more.
You're like,
No, I
Steve
did.
Dave.
I came in today and Brian gave me a get well gift, a writing pad and a fancy ballpoint pen. Thank you. It really touched me. I was.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really did. It really. I'm very emotional these days. So
Is that the Lyme disease?
Your hormone and stuff.
I do have the moods. The mood swings I've been contending with them this week.
Are you sure it's not bipolar too? Because that's what it is for me.
No, it's a symptom of both of the things that I might have.
Really?
Is mood swings and oh man, am I feeling it?
Now, can you get away with more? Like you're on the Joker set and you're like, get these fucking other 3 pricks away from me.
No,
I have Lyme disease.
I thought he meant
Brain
in a more
I'll become
emotional,
sentimental.
like where he's like he just sees
Both.
Joe when he just breaks into tears?
It's a little bit of both.
Is it?
Yeah, I wrote an email today to Sal that I and it wasn't even bad, but the tone of it wasn't. It was a little shitty, and I immediately wrote him about 20 minutes later. I was like, "Hey, buddy, that last email didn't come out right. I'm sorry about that."
Do you have that software that you can retract an email if it hasn't been read?
No, I don't.
You should get that.
Yeah. Well, I also have like 30 years of friendship with him that I could just be like, "Hey, sorry about that."
Yeah, but if you could tell if it hasn't been read, you could have retracted that email. You wouldn't even have to write a second email.
You know what went really
You
well?
wouldn't have to feel any remorse whatsoever.
You know what? He responded to the email really well too, because he could have been like, "What the fuck is this? Who the fuck?" But he was just like, "Oh man, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that."
Did you play the Lyme disease card?
I didn't.
Good.
I did not.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah. I just said, "Hey man,
I think he should play it at every turn, man. That's what I would do.
Now, but the Lyme disease usually comes with a bullet. That bullet, the target rash.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Target rash?
Nothing.
But I don't know, what if like the tick bit him on the inside of the bunghole or something? Like you don't even know it,
Oh, I would know.
Yeah, I was going to say, who could get bit by a tick on inside of their asshole and not know?
I know you have a brain virus and all this
Yeah.
shit, but there's another guy at this table who has weathered the fucking storm, who stepped on a flower and his foot blew up, so it looked like a fucking Elephant Man clubfoot.
When did that happen?
Well, I told the story for listeners. When the week you couldn't make it down, I told the story. I went on a cruise. I went on an island in sandals, and I went on a tour of an island, and for some reason, the tour guide hates Americans, and she brought us through. A patch of forest that had poison trees, and she said, "Don't touch the poison trees, or you'll get this horrific rash."
Right.
And it's the Flanagans, a 90-year-old woman and her 70-year-old daughter. That's the group.
Right.
And
Very nimble.
Short story, because I've told already. I had to help the 90-year-old woman down a hill.
You told me about this. I didn't know your foot blew up, but you told me about the 90-year-old woman.
Yeah, but this is not even. I didn't. This is after effects coming out. But I got a rash on my leg from helping the woman.
Right.
When I didn't know what it was, I started to scratch my leg where it was with the bottom of my foot because it was on my shin with the other leg.
And it spread to the foot?
Well, it was a real long delayed reaction, and I'm not proud of this, but I kind of. I don't know how you are when you don't like when you've got the when you felt the disease coming on. I don't know how you handle it. I don't know if you're strong or you break down.
We were just talking about this.
I think I'm doing fine. I've heard different opinions. Let's just put it that way.
But
One man's stoicism is another woman's pussy ass bullshit.
Let's just say I've been told I could stand to man up a bit, but I didn't.
I know your mom.
Not my mom.
Who would tell you that?
I've been getting a little help this week from Stacey Patella, and today she was like, you could stand to man up a little bit on this one.
Whoa! Wow, that is in one way shocking, but another way, as little as I know her,
Yeah.
I can see her saying that.
Yeah,
being like, fucking shut up.
Like Sal, I've known her 20-something years. She's been a friend a long time. So she was. I felt, and I think Brian agreed with me, that I was a little undeserved. I thought.
But when he described
What was he doing what was he doing that prompted that kind of response from her?
I mean, if mentioning it is...
Yeah, that was basically it.
If that's a crime, then he's guilty as charged.
These are, she doesn't have to sugarcoat anything with me, so she doesn't.
Well, I can sympathize with you because I didn't know what was on the bottom of my foot at first, and I felt this weird, painful bump.
He told us it was a corn on the sole of his foot.
At first I thought, at first my wife told me it was a corn, and I was happy to hear it was a corn because you may not believe it, but I may be apt to jump to the worst case scenario when, dealing with, I find a bump. And
that is surprising.
I got cancer.
Foot cancer.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what killed Bob
tumor.
Marley.
Really?
It started in his toe.
In his toe.
I never, really?
He got an injury playing soccer, and he didn't treat
was
it.
on a tour of an island with an anti-American tour guide.
He was. I don't know these. Like, I'm probably getting some of the story wrong, but I know the basic facts are he injured his foot playing soccer, and his religious beliefs were like, I'm not going to a doctor. And
he was into holistic medicine,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Fuck the cancer treatment." I mean,
Wait a minute, but how does an injury? How does a toe injury cause cancer? Though
it's whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever
Somehow
happened,
A led to B,
it
and
spread throughout his body, and by the time he's like, "Give me the treatment, man."
oh, then he was like, I don't care. Fuck holistic medicine,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I guess that was the Indian doctor saying that to him. But yes, that was the gist of it.
Well, anyway, so I'm like, I can't really see the bottom of my foot though, but it's in a real spot where like you really can't see it. And at first I'm like, oh God, I hope I don't have a tumor on the bottom of my foot.
Girls.
Yes. And I say, I say to my wife, I'm like, because when I got home, it was the night we did the pod.
yeah.
I was starting to really feel weird, like it was on fire and it was hurting. And I said to my wife, I was like, this morning my foot felt weird, but I didn't notice anything on it. I don't feel anything. I go, can you look at it? And she goes, yeah, there's a little bump there. And I was like,
Man the fuck up.
yeah. I was like, a little bump. I go, what? And she goes, it's a corn. I was like, it's not cancer, right? And I hear, oh my God. Out of the other side of the room, I look over and I go, oh, thanks for the sympathy. Thanks for the sympathy. Your dad may have a tumor on his foot.
Your dad definitely has cancer. And this is the treatment I get. It is weird that like you're asking your wife to diagnose cancer of the foot.
Well, I wanted to see if she's ever seen anything like it. And she goes, don't worry about it, it's just a corn. Mm-hmm. Well, that night, I'm like, okay, good. She's had a corn or two, so she knows what it looks like. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm not worried about it. But while I'm sleeping
I'm not in Bunyan territory yet.
while I'm sleeping, it really feels fucked up. It really starts to burn and itch insane, like off the charts. And I remembered, I don't know if you know this, Q, but I had to move out of my house.
Yes.
I'm at home now, and I'm in a new apartment until my house gets lifted. And when we moved into the house, we discovered a room that I think every spider in New Jersey lived in. Every species.
What was worse is this was like planned to be your.
Yes,
your
I was going to be my man cave.
really?
I was going to bring the dogs down there. I'll watch TV. I'll draw down there. And literally, I walk in and I'm like, oh, it's nice and cool down here because it's down in the basement. I go, it's really nice down here. And I'm like looking around. I go, what was that? What was that?
Why is the carpet moving?
Yes. I go, what's on that carpet right there?
It was like Ant-Man when he steps out of the bed and they're all just fucking...
There's like 5 spiders like right in the corner over there. And I'm like, whoa. I start killing
That is
spiders.
creepy.
I look over there and I see other spiders over there. And I'm like, I am not staying fucking down here. But that's the only outlet that I can let a dog out to go out to the little yard. So I got to go down there. And so when I look at my foot and now it's swollen and now there's a weird bumps and they look fucked up. And I told my wife, because it's been so long since the cruise, I'm like, it can't be. I didn't think it was the cruise poison. I was like, I got bit by a spider. I got bit by a spider. I got fucking poison in me. I go, look it up. I go, look and see if it's on. If I have.
Please, God, may it be radioactive.
So I'm going and then same thing that you got with Stacy. And my wife was like, you did not get bit by a spider. Just stop. And, she had to calm me down and, chalk me off the ledge because I was like...
God forbid if you were right, though, and you got bit by the wrong spider. Like, you must have seen that shit on YouTube.
Well, why do you think I'm freaking out? Because I'm
vile.
because I'm in a new house, and it's too much of a coincidence that, like, I got weird bumps on my body now.
Yeah.
And so the next day, it gets worse the next day I wake up. And, Now it's completely a repugnant brown color.
Oh my god!
Who's laughing now? Daddy has cancer. In your face.
And it's brown. My wife, and when I show them to my wife, I was like, "Can you please look at my foot now?" And when I see the look on her face,
In your face.
no, when I see the look on her face, I'm like fucking terrified because she's like, "I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this
Oh
before."
my god!
And you're like, "Maybe you want to go to a doctor?" And I'm like, "I can't go to a doctor. I got to go to work." Comic book men.
They don't care about necrosis of the flesh.
So I had to go through work, wrap it up.
You could probably have gotten a day off though.
I don't think we could have. I don't think so. I don't think it would have went over well.
Wow.
No, there's a bit of a man up attitude.
Really?
There's a bit of you two are in every single fucking transaction, whether you like it or not, attitude.
So it doesn't matter. Be it a wife, be it a friend, be it a boss.
Man
the fuck up. That's the message we're
That's the
getting.
message. And you know what?
Brain virus, spider bite, poison tree. I don't give a fuck.
Now
the
it
fuck
finally went down. The bumps are gone, but the brown stain or the brown marking has not gone away, and it's not the color hasn't gone away. I may be permanently stained on the bottom of my foot, but thank God it's in a place. Like, imagine if it was on my face.
Right.
Like,
And you're positive you didn't step in dog shit.
But that's why I'm like, that's what infuriates me. Like, I keep thinking back to that tour, and
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck would you fucking take a tour, pale Americans through a patch of land that had poison trees that could do this to them?
You knew I had fair skin.
I mean, to me, it's beyond the pale of irresponsible.
And what's even worse when you think about it is that woman has 100% definitely forgotten about you. Like weeks ago.
Yeah, but now I'm permanently scarred. I'm just thankful it's on the
And
bottom of my foot.
you were known for your beautiful feet too.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was known for some of the most grotesque-looking toes you've ever seen in your life. They look like they look like someone took a fucking shovel to them or a pickaxe.
Like, like Us Weekly has like the worst celebrity feet. Like, that's one shining celebrity moment. He's caught like on the island
It's like
in
in a
sandals.
circle, like on the side of the page, his foot.
Toes going every which way.
Yeah, you see the covers are like, whose feet are these?
Which end is up?
So I feel for you, and you have it way worse. You have it way worse, but I do feel for you in terms of maybe, I don't know if the sympathy that we could use a little bit more sympathy when we fell ill.
Yeah, well, I don't.
A hug, or just a pat on the ass once in a while. I know.
Well, I'm not getting either of those from Stacey.
Yeah, who are they coming from? Like at work? Is it like,
Oh, no.
Like Mike, come on.
No, I'm talking about Q. Like, I mean, just maybe once in a while, and maybe listeners, if you're thinking maybe.
Oh, don't hug me.
If you see Q in
Don't
public,
pat my ass.
if you see Q in public, pat him on the ass.
Please don't do that.
I'm not talking about you guys literally. I'm talking about the listeners in their lives that they're dealing with
okay.
people. Maybe just a little pat on the ass will go a long way in dealing with somebody. It may make a gigantic difference.
Like a little empathy. Most people, unless it's happening to them, do not give a fuck. You're right about that. That's 100% for sure. But you were also able to battle this encephalitis and cross over the border.
Yeah, how the fuck are you able to get into a foreign
Did you
state?
sneak into like a cargo hold or something?
Yeah, no. I have. I just manned up. I just manned
No,
up.
but aren't you, when you get to the border, aren't you supposed to tell them that you may have a disease of the brain or?
No, they don't ask questions like that. They ask
Why
me
the fuck's your head so big?
They don't ask
No,
questions.
they don't
like
ask
that.
you like that.
No.
Well, I don't think it's because they're not contagious, right?
Oh, it's not contagious.
Yeah.
No. No, they don't ask anything
It's
like
not
that.
like he has fucking Ebola. It's like leaving a trail of blood out of his ass or something.
No.
So you went to Canada for what?
Toronto.
Oh.
I've never been. My first time.
Never been to Canada?
I've been to Canada.
Oh yeah, what did you do? Did you see any sights, or are you too sick?
I was too sick to do that. Yeah, unfortunately. I was in bed. I was supposed to be there two nights. I ended up being there for a little less than 24 hours because I was too sick.
Too bad you didn't play a hospital patient. That would have been sweet, like in bed.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
You were there to play a role.
Yeah, it was the sci-fi show 12 Monkeys. I'm a big fan of. I love the show. And they were kind enough to write a scene for me to come in and do a little acting. The first time I've ever done any acting, aside from Vulgar.
I was going to say, were you in Dogma, Vulgar?
Well, Dogma, I'm just in the background. Vulgar, yeah, I had one line, right?
Yeah, one or two lines, yeah. Move that shit box or something.
Yeah. Oh, you. But aside from that, this was like, this was it.
How big was the role?
It was like 3 pages.
Whoa.
And it's a pretty pivotal scene. They're very specific about me not talking about what I did, but it is. They can't cut it from the show, so they better hope I didn't shit the bed. It's a pretty pivotal scene, and it's with the girl who plays Brad Pitt's character in the movie on the TV show, who was unbelievable. She's great. So that was intimidating, but I think I did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel any like scoffing attitude from the quote unquote real actors and actresses?
Not
They
at all.
loved you, huh?
I think they saw that I took it pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Apparently learning your lines as an actor is a rare thing, and people don't do it, which I was surprised by. And I showed up knowing all my lines and just said them.
And now, and again, Q, you don't see Mike, Ming, Bry, myself getting acting roles offered to us.
Was it offered, or did you seek it out? Did you say like, "Hey, man, it would be cool"?
Well, the guy Terry Matalis, who created this show, was a fan of Impractical Jokers, and we became friends. And he's a huge Back to the Future fan, and we sort of bonded through that. And then he was like, and then before 12 Monkeys ever aired,
how did that happen? How did two grown men bond over Back to the Future?
Well,
what would be the conversation be about?
It's actually pretty funny because 2 years ago he wrote me, actually 3 years ago he wrote me an email. He said, "Hey, this is before he had the TV show. He was like, "Hey man, I know you're a Back to the Future fan, because I
he saw your show."
Yeah, okay. And he was like, he goes, "I own the DeLorean made from that." He owns not the one from the movie. He owns it's in the Guinness Book of World Record for being the most screen accurate DeLorean, and it's the one Universal uses in all their commercials. They go to him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's the DeLorean. It's
How do you get it?
He restored the one for them. He was part of the team that restored the Back to the Future DeLorean, and he used his knowledge from restoring that to build his own.
Okay.
And the one he built is actually better than the one in the movie at this point, because that one was left rotting on a lot for all these years. And he wrote me this email, and I didn't answer it for 2 years.
You didn't answer any, but you kept
this
it?
fucking ass clown?
I didn't answer it for 2 years, and then
you kept the email.
Well, yeah, it's
He
just
keeps every single email. This is a dude who you probably have text from 10 years ago.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I save everything. I have every piece of communication I've ever been sent my way.
OCD?
Self-protection.
Self-protection?
Yeah.
Against what?
I don't know, but if I need it, I'll have it.
Somebody might try to blackmail him.
I have everything. Everything.
Really? How much data does that?
Not much.
No?
Not much. I have hard drives. I keep them.
He's got a warehouse the size of Amazon's.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, I'm going to California, and I remember that guy had a DeLorean, so I answered the email.
So you answered it 2 years later, you expected... What a piece of shit.
As if...
what a piece of shit.
As if I got the email the day before. I didn't even apologize for the 2 years. I was like, oh man, that's awesome, I started. I was like, that's so cool, yeah, I'd love to see it and come by.
Whoa. Well, how could you admit that?
That is awesome. And he so much props for that.
And to Terry's credit, he's a great guy. To Terry's credit, he didn't skip a beat. He wasn't even like, where the fuck you been 2 years? He was like, oh yeah, I still have it. If you want to come by, that'd be great.
My brain's swollen.
And then he dropped on me. He's like, look, I created this show 12 Monkeys that starts airing in a few months. Went out there, met him, saw the DeLorean, and you know how you just meet certain people and you're like, this is a friend. Like, I know this guy, I like this guy. Me and him kind of bonded in that way. And then he sent me...
That happened back in 5th grade with me and Walt.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Since then.
Yeah, it's very rare for me that happens.
Like when you met Sunday Jeff?
Yeah, I was gonna say that may be the only other moment. But I think it happens to you a lot. I think you're just more more likable.
Not like this. Like, I really consider him like a friend. You know what I mean?
Well, what about your Ian Can Morris?
Yeah, but that was 3 years ago. So if
there's
that was
a lot more in your life that become like real good friends with you.
Right.
You know, them. I think
Ian's a real friend, but yeah, all right.
For me, it was Troy.
Troy, right? Troy for me too.
Before that, it was you.
I just got Sunday Jeff.
But
he doesn't even answer my text. It's going on 2 years. It's like, not as bad as you, but.
So I watched 12 Monkeys. I was lucky enough to watch it before it aired, and I was like, I loved it, and we became friends. And he was just like, hey man, and I tried to support 12 Monkeys when it was on the air, tweets and whatnot.
Saw that.
And he said, hey, why don't you come up to Toronto, visit the set? Because I'll write a little scene for you, and we'll, kind of pay for the trip to go up there. You know what I mean, and do it. And it was great. It was great. It was intimidating, but I think that I handled it well.
First class treatment?
No.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Motel 6?
Not financially. They didn't fly me up first class or anything, but I wouldn't expect them to. But the crew was very kind to me and very obliging and stuff like that.
You think you would maybe when the Impractical Jokers, maybe one day if that's transition out of that maybe into full-time acting?
I don't know, acting.
You said it was hard, right?
It's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like, what I was wondering, is it like a film set where it's like, all right, we need to move the lights, and then it's literally 2 hours?
It's not that long. They have to, because of the budget, move quicker than that. But it is very much like doing the scene from this angle. Now we're doing the scene from this angle. Now you're going to do the scene where the camera's looking at you. It's all the coverage. So it's like we spent...
Busted industry terms.
Look at this guy.
I know.
So we spent 6 hours just saying the same 3 pages over and over again.
Right.
Which I have to credit it's a skill to be able to do it, because after a while I'm just like, oh my God.
Right. I can't deliver with the same gusto I did 6 hours ago.
No. And that's the marker. That's not the marker, but fuck, that's, you know what I mean? That's the difference between me and a real actor. And my show is just me and my dickhead friends running around with basically a video camera that you buy off of Best Buy. That's not even a joke. Right. Like, you could buy the cameras we use on IJ on Best Buy shelf.
Really?
And so it's like, it was just a totally different animal.
I would say, our cameras and our sound equipment, like our guys have very good stuff, but it is not like that at all. It's usually... if at all possible, we try to get it in the first take. and if we can't, it never, ever goes more than 3.
Well, they realize what they're working with. Like these guys,
they'll never get any better.
Out, let alone reenact, get the same
what's fucked up
level of enthusiasm.
What's fucked up is like you deliver that joke the first time. I find it nearly impossible to do it again. Like, if they're like, okay, do it again, but use the same joke.
Yeah, because you're afraid you're not going to, because that comes from your paranoia about not being funny. You feel, if I say the same joke again, I'm not going to get the same laugh.
Right.
There's something hidden in that brain that's not letting you just deliver that joke that was good. You'd rather say a different joke that may not have been as good because you're afraid that if you say the second joke, you're not going to get the same reaction.
You're definitely right. I become way too self-conscious, and I'm like, it's not going to get the reaction I got the first time, and everyone's going to think I'm a jerk.
Well, it feels inauthentic to repeat it.
Yeah. Because that's the whole idea behind it, is that everything is in the moment, on the fly, and if you repeat that. That's what I hated about second season so much was, there were times it was like 5 times, and it's like, come on. Like, come on.
Fuck that.
Our life is so hard.
It's not.
The cameras that the guys use on Comic Book Man. Yeah, these are fucking heavy suckers, man.
Yeah, you got real deal.
These
and you got that
deal.
drone now too.
Oh yeah, our guys are these guys. They attack Comic Book Men as if they are making like
like Citizen Kane every day.
Yeah, I mean, which is a great
That's
mindset to have. And our sound guy too. He's got he's top of the line quality, whatever equipment and everything. You would really think it was. I mean, the equipment is far superior to the talent that's fucking recorded
I
and
don't believe
spoken.
that.
Well, they said like for the podcast, they were like one of the lenses for the cameras they use. They're like that costs more than most like on other shows. All the cameras combined, just that one lens, and it's like, why? I look at it and I'm like, I'm still ugly. Like what? Like it doesn't change anything. Give us the money.
Not on the lens.
Or look, invest the money so we can get plastic surgery.
We all come back with facelifts and shit.
Did you watch The Shield?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. I met one of the actors from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was impressed.
What have I been watching lately? I watched The Strain, which is so
I read the books.
comic booky at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it not good, the show?
I personally don't like it.
I heard they dropped Staten Island a lot on the last few episodes.
I haven't seen any of this season yet.
Yeah.
But last season, I thought it started strong, and then because I like anything where it's like, holy shit, there's a virus that's taking out everybody.
Yeah.
But I just don't care for it that much. It's obviously The Walking Dead, just with vampires,
Oh, yeah, I guess I could see that.
Yeah,
Mosier gave me the books, and when he gave them to me, he said that they're not great. He's like, but they are enjoyable, and that was the best description of them
Yeah.
that I found.
I watched Banshee on your
What'd you
recommendation. Loved it.
Love it, right?
Every episode is like a mini action movie.
It's fucking great.
It's-
Next season's last season.
I love the. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love the violence. You know what's weird? There's so much sex in it
Mm-hmm.
that it's a little off-putting.
Yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
can't believe I'm saying it.
I know.
But there's so much nudity and sex that it's a little off-putting that I'm like, I would rather. I don't know why it sounds weird, but I'd rather somebody get their head kicked in.
Yeah. But what I really preach about that show is every main character gets naked. So if you see a female on the show, you're going to see her tits.
Yep. There's
That's
no
not
doubt
a
you're
doubt.
seeing her tits.
Yeah.
And BoJack just.
I finished it. Did you watch it?
No, I'm in 3 episodes in. BoJack, that's another one I would love to do a voice. That or Rick and Morty. One of those two shows I would love to do a fucking
Rick and
voice.
Morty is possible because we're friends with Justin, but both BoJack and both Rick and Morty have surpassed us in terms of the talent they're getting on that show now.
Oh my god! Who did they just? Henry Winkler. They just had.
Henry Winkler. I mean, Lisa Kudrow, who doesn't need to work, I'm sure anymore, is doing it.
These are people who are like, "Oh, I like your show," and they're like, "Hey, I know who you are." Like my only outside project was Talking Bad on the same fucking network because the lady did me a favor.
My only fucking outside project was Comic Book Men. So what are you talking about?
Well, not anymore.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
resume is just growing leaps and bounds,
Oh,
brother.
I don't know about that. Yeah. But,
I was just about to say something because I haven't been looking at the internet much at all. Oh, I know what it was. It was something you mentioned, the drone. I hardly ever look at the internet. It's one of the reasons I haven't been on Twitter. I just read a lot. I don't go online. But like a week or two ago, I guess there was some sort of fire that had.
this fucking thing. I got so angry.
You heard about this then?
It's been a problem at a few fires I heard about. Yeah.
Have you heard this? That like there'll be a fire and the news or the helicopters or choppers that go in to dump water and stuff
Right.
can't fly into the scene because all these assholes with their drones and video cameras are trying to get footage so that
my
they
God.
can put it on
the
YouTube
fire
and shit.
department's like, fuck it, we're not going in if there's any danger to us at all because
They
of
got
you
to
assholes.
prosecute any fucking moron
Yeah.
that's doing that to the fullest extent of the
Yeah.
law, right?
But you should.
Well, there's no
read-
laws in place yet. It's weird.
You should read the fucking comments section by like people who don't know what a drone can do to the rotor of
Right.
of a chopper or helicopter, like send it into a tailspin like that.
Fucking assholes are
I mean,
complaining.
they are fucking complete idiots. Are like, like, what if it hit a bird? You know.
Oh my!
Like not realizing that a bird is going to get chopped in half by a rotor. It's not hard plastic, or metal. And people are like, they're saying that the firefighters are pussies. It wouldn't stop me from going up
Oh,
there.
fuck
and all this
you.
other shit.
I hate to. This isn't really hot button because I'm a firefighter.
Unleash the beast. Go.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you. Like, firefighters' job is to get there and to get you out of danger. It's not to risk their lives for fucking idiots.
I want a viral video.
Oh, this is so important. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. If anybody had died as a result of that, that's not on the firefighters. That's on that motherfucker with the drone. It's like, just fucking have some comments. And they're doing it in the house fires, too. And they don't realize, like, it's distracting. Yeah. It's fucking distracting. You're distracting men and women. Walt. This cuts. Right?
I was so proud of you until you tried to shine a light on it. I was so proud of you until you tried to. Then you had to fucking be proud of yourself for doing it.
Well, cut that out. Definitely cut that out.
I can't cut it out. We got to show them warts and all.
Like the distracting men and women who are in the one of the ultimate high pressure, need to be focused situations. It's infuriating. I read those articles and I get so angry. And if you see the footage, I did see a footage of a drone over a fire and the fireman turned the hose on it. And the guy was just like, this is why I'm suing the city of whatever it was for my fucking $2,000 drone. And I was just like, fuck you. I was like, I hope whoever owns that house, whose privacy you're invading as well, finds you and just beats you with a fucking belt. Like just a fucking Sopranos type, fucking Tony Soprano type beatdown.
Tony, what's up? What's going on?
Yeah. Like it's so important you have your fucking footage of a fire.
Well, it reminds me of another article I saw recently. There's been a rash of laser pointer
pilots
experiences.
That's coming back.
Yeah, they're shining it at planes, and I'm like,
Newark is the biggest one in the country.
It's like there's so many incidences of it in the news, and I'm like, and it's impossible. They say to find people who are doing it. It's impossible almost to find the culprits.
Yeah.
But who would do that? What would be your reaction if you thought, if there was any chance whatsoever that you may have caused a crash of a plane? How could you possibly live with yourself unless it's someone intentionally? I want to think that it's probably somebody who's just like,
Right.
but
that is definitely what they are saying.
Or it may not be. Maybe it's a planned thing that like there's some maybe it's a terrorist attempt.
Well, this is from Mental Floss. This is actually a site that isn't for idiots by idiots. Michael Brandon Smith was standing in his driveway one afternoon, beer in one hand, laser pointer in the other. Bored, he decided to see if the pocket-sized novelty could reach the helicopter passing overhead. So he did it, and then he got arrested.
Good.
The helicopter was a St. Louis police transport responding to a burglary call.
That's awesome.
It had to divert when the laser pointer temporarily disoriented the occupants. I just don't... Okay, and this shows what it looks like when you're...
It lights up the whole windshield.
Yeah, right? If you go to Mental Floss and look at this... it's okay. General consumer use pointers are not allowed to exceed 5 milliwatts, but I guess... of course there's ways to get stronger ones. I think you're right, Walt. I think right before you do that, like you point the laser pointer, you make that like noise.
Can't possibly reach that high.
Yeah, I'm bored. Hold on, let me just take a hit off this beer. Like it's true idiocy. It's just complete fucking idiocy. I wish I could find out how old he was. It doesn't say. Because you want to... he's at least 21 if he's drinking beer, I'm assuming. So he should know. But Jesus Christ, man. I didn't know that was back. The laser pointer thing.
It's been a rash of them in Jersey anyway. I don't know about across the country.
Holy shit, this happened... 4 planes near New York City hit by a laser pointer during a 30-minute... time period. This would fucking suck, man. Like, you go to the big house for 14 years. Pointing a laser at a police helicopter got a California man a 14-year prison sentence. Pilots hope it will discourage the threat to airline safety. Sergio Rodriguez, 26, was sentenced for pointing a laser at a Fresno police helicopter. He and his girlfriend, 23, were convicted by a grand federal jury, blah, 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 blah. But 14 years. I mean, you're in jail, right? You're in prison. You got to lie about it, right? You got to lie about what your crime was.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking stupid.
He killed, like, babies. Like, in anything. Kids are on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Kids are on a plane. I mean, even like the helicopter, if they get disoriented, you don't know if like they're going to crash into a residential area.
The ignorance is just staggering.
It really is. But it's all over. It's not just that, man. It's like you look around, and I don't think I've ever come off as anything other than sort of misanthropic. But like I don't really hate people. I hate being around people for the most part. Even today, like I'm crossing the street and some lady, not at me, but at another woman and her child, they're crossing the street, and this lady is leaning on her horn for these people to cross faster. The lady and a kid, and they're in a crosswalk. And then she was down by Mechanic Street. I was going across the street to Starbucks, and she fucking guns it, and I'm crossing the street, so of course.
You stop.
I'm not going to cross quickly. I stop and I'm just staring at her, and she's staring at me, and she gives me like the "what the fuck you doing?" and I just gave her double middle fingers.
Can I give an update on the 1 True 3? I get to announce
another
new player,
a
new contestant.
Yes.
Who?
Give us a rundown so far.
BQ, Boris, Brian Johnson. My first announcement was Gidim. And last week I announced, I believe, Ming Chen was the last week's. So this week, contestant number 5, Michael Zapsik.
Ooh. Him of the chocolate fetish?
Stunning announcement. The guy who couldn't fucking just say it the way he was supposed to say it and caused turmoil.
I'm telling you right now, if I was a betting man,
yeah,
you know who should take odds on this? FanDuel. Right? FanDuel. I mean, can we do a quick ad for FanDuel and this at the same time and kill 2 birds with 1 stone?
I think we can. Do you know what ads we have?
We only have FanDuel.
Okay. Well, let's give them our full attention.
FanDuel.com. Pick a brand new team any day you want. You can start any time. I would say that they could get some big bucks if they were to take odds on the 1 True 3 championship coming this September.
Why wouldn't they? Just like as a little promotional
because
thing.
we can definitely we can definitely alter the results as if we were to lay big money on one certain person. I could easily throw the game.
Oh, we weren't going to do that anyway. I thought we were going to split the spoils.
But you know what? If FanDuel wasn't taken on, FanDuel.com, I would put my money on Mike Zapsik. I think Mike has a lot to prove with this competition. I think he's hungry. I think he wants to come out, and I think he's got the eye, and I think he wants this more than anybody else at the table.
Prove himself in what way? What are you? I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's like sports jargon.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what they say. That's like the party line.
Tension.
Okay,
I'm building some anticipation, and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I'm like, give me my laser pointer.
I think Mike. I think it would be a big niche in his belt to win the 1 True 3 championship.
Or not, either one. I want to hear Mike afterwards be like, I just want to thank Jesus Christ. Wait, what do you say?
Go to FanDuel.com and click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use my code TSD and sign up now. I know there isn't 1 True 3 betting yet, but there is NBA, there is Major League Baseball. So go to go to FanDuel.com, sign up today.
Can't FanDuel, I mean, they're obviously making fucking big bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Can't they send a representative here to oversee the proceedings?
Oh, my God, that'd be fucking killer, wouldn't it?
Should I try to get in touch with them and see if they want to do it?
I mean, do you think that a corporation that's making millions of dollars a day is going to be like, well, yeah, we could probably get a couple $1,000 in bets.
If they're smart.
Yeah.
I think it would be worth a lot in goodwill, and I mean, what listener wouldn't be like, I'm getting in on this? It'll be so fun. They're matching you dollar for dollar, right up to $200 or something.
But this is truly not a sport, though.
And their rules are so nebulous.
That's true. Yeah,
I think you need to establish
if
things.
they go back and listen to the difference between miniature golf and mini golf, yeah, they might be like, guys.
Hey, but
Just read the lines.
all the sponsors haven't been locked, Q.
Okay.
So there's still a chance if you and I gotta be honest. There's some players that I've confirmed who don't have sponsors. I'm shocked they don't have a sponsor yet.
Do I not have a sponsor?
You would be
Brian
more
does.
shocked at who does have sponsors.
Nobody sponsored me.
No, you know what? There's definitely been people writing in, but I'm waiting I want someone worthy of a BQ.
Okay, right. That hasn't come in yet?
I could have got some doily maker to make a, that wants to
Tell them Steve Dave Doily.
that's selling doilies
Right.
and other, what are those things called? Those crochet
the
booties and
needlepoint
stuff? Yeah,
things?
so I'm holding out for more of a...
Eclectic Goods didn't come forward and offer to fucking sponsor me.
I'll tell you right now, I don't think either one of you are going to trump Giddim's sponsor.
Really?
It's insane. It is insane. When he told me what the prize was, and then what the guy offered, and then he said, "Oh yeah," and he wants get him. I was like, my head almost fucking exploded.
Oh.
It's really nuts.
So yeah, if you want to get in, I'm telling you right now, people, the 1 True 3 Championship will be the most downloaded Tell 'em Steve Dave episode ever. So if you get your commercial in there, you're a sponsor. It's going to pay for itself. So go to kmuse2 at Gmail, pony up something sweet as a prize, and get in on this.
It's a doily free episode. So.
No, I don't want to diminish anybody who's sent in because you know what? Anybody who's willing to say, hey, I'd like to be involved, I love it. I'm so happy that people want to be, but only 8 sponsors can make it.
Right, and if you knew what Giddim's was, and that's what you have to come close to matching, it's fucking crazy.
You got a roll cue.
No. Well, how long have we been going?
We've been going a bit. 55
minutes.
I want to alert Brian. If you don't think you're getting old, you don't feel old, or maybe you're feeling good about yourself. I got something here that's going to bring you right back down to earth and remind you just how old
I definitely
you are.
I definitely don't want to leave without hearing this.
My oldest daughter, your goddaughter,
Yeah.
is driving.
Oh my God!
Wow. Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
She started driving.
And she's just like her pappy when he first got behind the wheel.
I can't believe I'm not teaching her 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a Flanagan behind the wheel. Yeah.
So you got her lessons, like driving.
Got her lessons. Yeah, you need lessons to get a permit nowadays, or so I'm told. To get the permit, you need a certain amount of lessons behind the wheel.
Okay.
And so she's doing it. She's been doing that this week, and it's tough. It's tough to that is a fucking gigantic reminder of how wow, you're not a little kid no more.
Yep, until you said that.
You're feeling pretty good about your week this week, huh?
It's like, why doesn't anybody call me Junior? It's weird. I'm so young.
Did it make your wife emotional a little bit? Because that would be your opportunity to tell her to man up.
She doesn't.
She would not need to man up. She was just more concerned than emotional. Just concerned with her being able to handle the responsibility that comes with the driving, and
She strikes me as the type, though, that if she didn't think she could handle it, she wouldn't even try it.
But there's a lot of pressure on. That's what happened. That's what happened to me. There was a lot of pressure on to be like, you're right. You everyone else is getting a license. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm.
No. It was everyone else has had a license for 4 years already. We're sick of touting your ass to and fro. Get a fucking license.
But you know what? Yeah, but you weren't respectful of my knowing myself, and I was like, you're not ready yet. You were very disrespectful in that to me in that point in my life.
I'd like to apologize. I think back to my selfishness. I'm so glad I'm not that person anymore.
I don't know if I got the support, that I was hoping for. That you were,
I think it was really Kevin's mother who spearheaded that whole campaign.
She was so like, what's the matter with him?
Yeah, she was truly like, why are you driving him around all over the place? What's this hockey stick doing in the trunk of the car? You're grounded. Mom, I'm 22. You're grounded.
Grace couldn't take it, huh?
No.
Yeah, but that's what I've been dealing with this week. Fucking clubfoot, and my oldest is driving. So wow. If I seemed a little distracted this week.
So now when she gets her permit, will it be one of those things? Because kids always want to okay, you go to the pizza place, you go to Target, you go wherever. Now will she always be in the driver's seat, you think?
Well, our new house, we can literally spit and hit Target.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
We do it all day.
No, I mean, it's awesome.
Check it out, Mom.
I mean, it's awesome that we can, I look at my youngest, I'm like, hey, you want to head over to Target? It's like 10:30 at night. Yeah. Because it's open till 12. Or it's unbelievable. It feels like we walk over to Target.
Oh, that's great.
I know that seems like that would be a big deal, but for us, it's still kind of new. We're just moved into the house.
Yeah, give it a month or so, and spitting at Target won't be.
But does she want to? Well, she doesn't. She didn't get the. She doesn't have the permit yet. She had to take the on the road hours behind the wheel.
Right. And
then she goes for her permit. I think next Monday, and then 6 months from then she goes for a driving test. Mm-hmm. So she's got a little bit of time before she's asking for the keys.
All right. You think she'll be good about texting and driving and shit like that?
You know what they don't do? I don't know if they did this for you. I don't know if they banned this or did away with this when you were going through school and getting driving age. But did they show you the Faces of Death?
They showed a film like that. Yeah.
They showed us more than one. They
Death on the Highway or something like that. Yeah, I saw that.
With the most horrific accidents, and they showed you the ramifications of the people in the seats.
Yes, they showed a version of that to us. Yeah.
I don't know if they do that today.
I don't think they do.
And if they don't, why did they stop?
Because I think at one point some parent was like, look, this is super traumatic. This person is halfway through a fucking windshield.
Well, guess why I fucking took 4 years? It worked. I wasn't ready. And I saw a head sawed in half.
Yeah.
And I saw a tree limb sticking through someone's sternum. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I can't deal with that. I'm not ready yet.
But if you hadn't seen that, you might have been like, do you think you would have been a wild man behind the wheel?
I think it had. I'm telling you, I was deeply affected by those movies, and I'm going to look online for those movies, and against my wife's wishes, I'm going to show them to my daughter, because I think every kid needs to see. You need to see what you're responsible for when you're behind the wheel. This shit can happen. It's not like in the movies.
If you're texting,
it's actually exactly like in the movies.
If you're texting while you're driving, this is from Fireman Q.
Yes.
If you do it as a habit, even if you don't do it as a habit, if you do it,
can you call her and tell her?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. You will. There is no doubt.
She
in my
thinks
mind,
it's going to be a practical joke, though.
You will eventually get into a horrible.
Coming from Father Bry will not have the same impact as a practical joker Q.
There was this thing where it's just if you look at your point of focus, if you look at pick one thing, it's like a human being's point of focus is about if you put your thumb out in front, if you extend your arm as hard as you can and put your thumbs up like you're hitchhiking, and look at your thumb and look at your thumbnail, That thumbnail is the human being's entire range of focus. Notice how you don't really see anything around it.
Right.
Most people don't realize that. You know what I mean? Like, you see it, but you're only really seeing that thumbnail. Everything else is blurry and out of focus around that thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's what you're driving with already. And people don't even realize that. That's why our eyes are darting all over the place. If you take your eyes off the road for a second to look at the radio, which everybody does, to look at your phone, and you look at it for like 10 seconds, like you're not even in control of the car in any conceivable way, shape, or form.
But everyone thinks that they can text and
You
drive.
can't.
And you see them swerving back and forth, you know?
Yeah. It's going to happen.
Go, Walt, go to, it's, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's, Prelinger Archives, Prelinger Archives, and they have all those fucked
All
up
those old
films. Yep.
movies from the 50s where it's all Technicolor and the blood looks like, it looks like Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah.
Do you remember those
Yeah, I
movies?
remember that
They're
shit.
fucking startling.
And they're like, this couple thought they'd get their jollies going. like they're really
It's not Rod Serling, but it's close. But I mean, they had a deep impact on me, and I don't know. I really wish that they were brought back into circulation in schools. If anything,
I don't see that
couldn't hurt.
happening. I'm looking at it right now. They can also find out if they're popular.
How do you think they got
Coordinate
around their laws
instructional
back
films.
then of filming an accident victim without their consent like that?
I think the laws didn't exist.
Yeah, I think it was a little wild and woolly back then.
Yeah. Could you imagine today? Well, did you see that fucking guy? That was the other thing. It just made me sick. I saw it like a week ago. It was a guy in Ohio, I think, and there was a car crash, and there were two, they were 18, the boys, and the guy was filming it with his phone, and he even opened up the door to see see if they were in there, and didn't help. And he first was like, well, I was making the video to show people the dangers of driving. I don't know what the kids have done, driving dangerously or whatever. And then he said he had a different idea, but really he was a scumbag. Right. Whoever the guy was a fucking scumbag. Right. And the only thing they could get him on was trespassing, because he opened the door of the car, and it's a private car, and he shouldn't have. Right. And he didn't try to rescue them, but other than that, they couldn't, do anything. And he looked to sell the footage to a news.
Let me hear something kind of related. A dog left in a car, right, while the owner goes into the store. If the car is running and the air conditioning is blasting at full speed, is that a little bit
acceptable?
Acceptable?
I would find it acceptable.
Okay, because I went to the doctor's office today, and I got out of my car, and right next to me, and it was almost 100 degrees today.
Is this too hot button to talk?
No.
Okay.
And there was a bulldog just sitting in the car. Bulldogs can't have trouble breathing anyway.
Yeah.
And at first, I flipped out. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "All right, I'm gonna break the window open," and then I realized the car was running, and I was like, "Now I'm in a moral. I don't know if it's safe to leave the dog here."
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the air conditioner was on.
I mean, it was blasting. Like, when the dog went by it, you saw his fur rippling and stuff like that. So I was like, I guess it's okay.
I think that's okay, but the people who they're they put the windows down a little, and they're like, oh, I'm only in there for 5 minutes. I think even with the windows down, it doesn't matter. That car still heats up real fucking quick.
Yeah, I felt all the windows, and what I did is I felt my windows, because I had my windows down. I didn't have the AC on, so I rolled them up, and I felt the windows on my car, and then I felt the windows on their car, and it felt cooler. So I was really going through this thing, because I was like, if I walk away from this and this dog dies, I'm going to be the worst human being in the fucking world. So I went into
that was nice, to take this, at least just consider it.
Yeah. Well, I went into the doctor's office and I asked, and they're like, "Yeah, he's just running in and out." But I didn't know internally how I felt about it, so I figured you guys would be a good.
Yeah, I think if the person went out of their way to leave the air conditioning on.
Yeah, I probably, if I had this, if I took my dog out, had to go out, and I had to stop her somewhere real quick, and I left the air conditioner on, I would hope that, someone wouldn't bust the window out. But you never know, though. I don't know, I couldn't.
But could you blame them if they did?
I'd be like,
right.
I'd be like, bro, the air conditioner was on, but I'd have to be like, well, he dn't know.
Right.
So. All right, is that it?
I guess that's
Do you think FanDuel deserves a little bit more than what they got in it, or you can make one more little blurb about it before we go?
I think FanDuel.
They got enough?
I
Yeah,
think
they
they're
got
okay.
enough.
I think we didn't get enough. We Walt and I were talking earlier today about like we never promote anything we do.
That's true.
Except for like the first week or two we do.
Right.
Like we have 2 audiobooks on audible.com and iTunes.
Fair Read Theater,
Right.
And
A Small Fistful of Dollars.
We have T-shirts, merchandise.
At merchtable.com, or
Right.
is that what it's called? Merchtable.com?
Yeah. Well, if you go to tellhemstevedave.com, right, it links to Merch Table.
Yeah,
it
it's
still goes
there.
right to it.
Yeah. So there you go.
Working on the website with
Oh yeah, what happened?
our
You were supposed to
website
get
designer. Yeah,
the 4-color demons thing.
We decided to go a little bit more involved.
Yeah?
And, yeah.
Oh,
it's
very
going to
cool.
be really cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Got a claymation movie, and it's coming along
Right.
very well. I know people are like, how can you say it's coming along very well? But it is very late. We realize
it's
that.
taking a long time, but that doesn't mean it's not coming
Yeah.
along very well.
When you see the final product, I think every ant will
Yes.
shit their pants.
I'll tell you what. Well, I have run into ants at the Tenderloin shows who backed it, who said to the one that they don't mind waiting.
Because I'm so happy to hear that, because
Yeah.
and we are privileged for that kind of response, because it's really, I feel horrible about it at times. It really bums me out sometimes, and I'm like, I can't believe. I get footage, it looks great, but I'm like, oh my god, we're still far away from the finish line, but it looks great though.
It looks unbelievable.
And I'm happy to hear that there's ants who are at least understanding to know
Yes.
that like we were truly ignoramuses when we thought we could get it done in a year.
Yeah, we were idiots. But anyone who, I mean, there have been no complaints. And yeah, if you want to write to us, you can always write. Tell them SteveDave37 at gmail.com. No complaints. People are very understanding, because I think that they realize, like, all right, it's not like my life is going to change radically if it came out tomorrow.
Right.
So it's worth it, and it will be worth it.
Right.
It fucking looks amazing, and it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be something we can, when it's done, when we release it, we can be proud of, and
People will be like,
people
I got
will
my
enjoy
money's
it.
worth.
People will enjoy
Yeah.
it, and it may have taken 3 years more than we said it would take. But
Hey,
who
fucking
cares,
so did
right? As long as
Apocalypse
it's
Now.
Hey, put it this way: the
So did
podcast
Jaws.
is not going to end until the claymation gets done. So until that's released, you at least know that this podcast will be coming out on a weekly basis.
All right. So next week, Q, you think too, or you
Definitely next week.
All right.
Definitely next week.
All
Yes,
right,
I'm
so-
on vacation next week,
Oh,
so
man.
I'll be around.
You deserve it, bro.
Thank
you need
you.
to you need to do nothing on that vacation. Okay, just relax
I'll be trying.
and regain your strength.
That's what
because
I'll
you
be
got to because if you don't want you want to win that competition that's coming up.
Yes. The
1 True 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I do. I'm eager to get. Remember, I said last week I'm going to get in healthy shape. I can't start that until I get better. So I'm really trying to
You look like
rest
you
up.
lost weight though.
I have. Yeah, I've lost at this point almost 20 pounds from the sickness. But you know what? The last week
Sure,
though.
you're maybe get rid of this bug and maybe just swallow a parasite.
That is
Keep
an awesome
the weight
idea.
off.
Yeah, you want to
I
be.
could just eat right and work out a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to be a fatty again.
No, what? Why not?
Eat that parasite.
Tell him, Steve, Dave.
Yo, this is for all you out there who are going through the struggle. Got people putting you down and thinking that they better than you. I'm here to tell you it ain't true. It ain't fucking true. Like Tupac said, man, it's us against the world. This is for all my homies out there who gave up on telling Steve Dave a long time ago. Started listening to better pods like I Saw Comics. Hey, what's up, Brian J? Washed up star of making hay. Shoving fingers up his ass, I think he may be gay. Yo, I'm about to pod. Dope recording was the plan. Get a buzzing on my phone, pick up. Yo, what's up, Suzanne? She's on the line of crying. I asked why so upset. I listened to Steve Dave and it doesn't get me wet. There used to be a time Pod got me hot, made me shiver. Now all he wants to do is suck off Joe Rivers. Gotta help me out, can't get horny no more. Bullshit ads and gossip talk, fucker make me wanna snore. Don't know what to do, Cliff, wanna get back in the groove. Tell me what to do, man, cause your pod's so smooth. I do have one confession, no repeating what was said. Don't breathe a fucking word to be, have a gun up to my head. You don't have to worry, baby, tell me anything. Just whisper to the phone and let your truth sing. And you know what she said? She said, You're the king of all the pods. Of this, I have no doubt. Last night, I pulled up Ming and Mike, laid back and rubbed one out. I came 30 times, let my fingers do the walking. And then I came some more when I heard you boys talking. I loved it when you rhyming, your voice is off the hook. My pussy starts to throbbing when you're talking comic book. You move me in such ways that Bri could never do. His pods have gone flat and his mush dick too. And you know what I said? You know what I said? I said, I think you found your answer. I think you found your way. You can come hard anytime, cause I pod 10 times a day. She said, oh, thank you kindly. Your advice I will take. Now how about a private pod, for old time's sake? I said I'd like to help you. You're doing all I can. But my phone is ringing. Got a sweet talk fucking Pam. And so that is my story of how I got them psyched. And now for some words from my main man.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.